news leader.
All right, well, you know how you always see Public Works laying down salt when it snows, but how exactly does that all work? How does it melt the ice? We're learning those answers today in U of I. Professor Jeff Filippini is here for Wise Guys. Jeff, what exactly are we learning about today? We see a bunch of stuff on the counter as per usual.
Yeah, so salt. So many of you, you see people dump salt in the road. You have bags of stuff like this that you dump on your front step. So how does that melt ice? So first,
that's a very good question. A very relevant topic for today also.
Very relevant. Yes. So first, let's talk about what ice is. All right. So here's a model of what ice is. So you've probably heard water, H2O.
Yes, I have.
1 oxygen, 2 hydrogens. When you make it, normally at room temperature, these molecules are zipping around very, very fast.
Right.
When things get cold enough, they kind of, well, chill out, so to speak. They slow down and they start sticking to one another.
Okay.
And they form this very, very specific structure.
Like a cube.
Like a cube, like a diamond, actually.
Oh, okay,
so it forms this particular arrangement.
Sure.
And you can't fit a lot of other stuff in there.
Sure.
So, so I can't fit some other molecules into this structure. It just doesn't go. It has to fit a certain way. It's very organized.
Got it.
But in the liquid phase, when the water molecules are kind of busting free because they're a little warmer,
it gets messy.
It gets messy, and you can fit any old thing in the water.
Okay.
So what happens when you put salt in? So when salt gets into water, it dissolves into sodium and chloride ions, so these other kinds of particles.
Sure.
And they mix in very, very well into the water, into the liquid phase. But they get squeezed out when things try to freeze. And so you have this very disordered liquid phase, but it makes it harder for the water to squeeze back together and freeze.
Sure.
And in fact, in order for the water to freeze, it has to squeeze the salt out. So in fact, if you have an iceberg that's frozen sea ice, it actually is fresh water because it squeezes the salt out.
Got it.
So let's actually try this. So we have here a bucket. We have some water. Actually, we have some.
Is this gonna? Any warnings needed for this?
No warnings. No liquid nitrogen.
Sometimes you guys surprise me.
Things I had not foreseen.
Look, see science,
guys. I have some ice, but it's going to be hard to get it into my bucket.
That's okay. Chip it out. We'll clean it up later. No, this makes for a funny time. There you go. Get some ice in there. See, it's so cold that we can't even get the ice out.
Experimental science.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is something we think about for next time.
All right, we'll get some in there. Okay, we'll get some in there. We'll pour a little water to mix it up.
Got it. Just
a little. We're not trying to melt it all. Trying to get some good slush going.
Everybody likes a good slush, right?
Yeah. Okay. So put a little more in there.
Oh, Jeff.
These things. Okay, so I have a thermometer here.
Okay.
So this meter is reading out.
About 70 right now.
Yeah, it's at room temperature.
Now it's going down.
I'm going to put it in there.
Got it.
And if I've gotten if I've got it stirred up well enough.
Okay, so now it's at 32.
32.5. So it's about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Freezing point of water.
Right.
So what I can now do, take my thermometer out, and I can pour a whole bunch of salt in there.
Okay.
And exactly how much isn't very well calibrated.
Well,
so
like cooking, it's
I've got my salt in here, and I start stirring it up and making my salty slush. This is just like putting salt on your driveway.
Sure. Seen my dad do it many times.
And mix it up in there, and my hand is really hurting because it's getting pretty cold.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Okay.
All right, so now I take my thermometer.
What's this gonna go down to?
So one, there's a lot less ice in there now.
Right.
And I put that in there, and now it's about 19.8 degrees.
Jeez.
So one, the ice melted.
Right.
But yet it got colder. It's a lot colder than the freezing point of water.
That is crazy.
And that's how this works. And this is also really useful for when you make ice cream.
Oh.
So we won't do that this time.
Well, we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to do that. Very cool. I love this. And you had a huge bag of salt here, too.
I had a huge bag of salt because it was in...
If you guys are wondering what we were going to do with this, I'm not sure.
Well, it's attractive. Yeah.
But we're going to make ice cream one day, so you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Jeff. As per usual, thanks for coming in on the cold day. Even the ice wasn't ready for it, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys, thank you so much for watching Wise Guys. Send us your questions. Our geniuses want to know what you guys have to say. But still to come on the morning show, we're learning more about an opportunity for you all to mentor. We're going to learn about CU 1-to-1. That's coming up next.